Alright everyone, we are in the middle of January of 2026, and it's finally time to begin my Best of 2025 series. Who knows, maybe we'll get it done by 2028. For those new, each year I like to begin things with a little bit of a pre-show to explain the rules and give out some random awards to everything. So, as always, the rules are only games that I have played will count for nominees. And for each category, instead of having just one winner, I'll be selecting a bunch depending upon how many games I played in each. This is just to make it easier on me and to keep me from going insane trying to figure out just what was my one favorite Metroidvania or shooter of all the ones that we play each year. And remember, any and all complaints about any of the nominees or winners must come in the form of a bribe. All bribe should be sent to you in the pricing guide that was mailed out about 10 weeks ago. And it begins at silver and goes up to gold, sunken treasure, space rocks, and more. And all pricing has been doubled due to the economic issues that are going on in the world. With that, let's get to some of the random awards. In the I Could Have Been a Contender award, for a game that unfortunately I didn't get a chance to play and thereby it doesn't count, goes to the Seance of Blake Manor. This is a time management murder mystery adventure, and the demo that we tried out was pretty solid, but unfortunately we just did not get around to play it, and it sadly is not going to count for this year's awards. For Best Art/Aesthetics is a double win to Look Outside and Mahjongami. Mahjongami from Inti Creates kind of carries the torch of Vanillaware. And if you know Vanillaware as a studio, you know they have some amazing 2D art. And while it does kind of make things a little bit hard to see, the things that we do get to see in that game look gorgeous. While with Look Outside, it is, I think, consistently one of the strongest in terms of an unifying art style and aesthetic to a game I've seen in some time. Just some beautifully wonderful and gruesome body horror to go around. And a really great example of how a strong art style can not only tie a game together, but in many ways allows it to transcend in terms of its audience and reach, and just like showing off a screenshot or a GIF of some of these characters is enough to just turn heads. Maybe it turns it the other way because of how weird it looks, but it still is a head turner nonetheless. And again, another great example of a game that, while it certainly was not built using Unreal Engine ray tracing and requiring, 15 or 20 different cores of processor and the latest video card, it does a lot with this look to make it rise above everybody else. We had a very rare double for our Most Disappointing award. It's a double downer for this year. And the award goes to, and I'm sure this won't get me into any trouble at all, Silent Hill F and Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Silent Hill F is a game that feels like it's being torn between being a scary, very psychological horror game about misogyny and trying to live in rural Japan, and a game about you ripping and tearing with invincible iframes, parry counters, and punish tells, trying to fight our way through lots and lots of enemies. After we finished the game, it did get updated to reduce some of the combat difficulty and the number of arenas, but unfortunately, that occurred after my chance of playing it. And even with that, it wouldn't, I think, be enough to get it off the list, by the fact that I got about halfway through my second playthrough, I just was like, I don't want to do this 2 more times. If there was enough difference between the different runs, such as, and I said this in my review, like going to Madhouse difficulty, or the routes A and B in Resident Evil 2, I could see, replaying this game many times. But just being given a little bit more, story breadcrumbs was not enough to get me to keep playing this game. Now with Expedition 33, it is a game that definitely punched way up. Some amazing visual design, voice acting, the whole 9 yards. But just did not get into the combat. I just despise the action commands in it. there's not a single word to describe how much I hate them in this game. I would have to pull out the Am speech from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream to describe how much it just rubbed me the wrong way. Just everything that I didn't want to see in an Action Man system was in it. And while you can of course argue, well, just ignore it, just build another way, it's still a primary system in a game. And if a primary system in a game is causing me just sheer disgust to play it, then it just is not going to work. And I just got about, I think it was in Act 2, and I just stopped playing it and just never felt the urge to go back to it. I do think as a first game from the studio, it is impressive. I would love to see where they will improve and refine on whatever they do next. But for Expedition 33, it is going to be a expedition cut short for me. The WTF award for a game that I am just shocked at how much it kind of grew on me goes to Cash Cleaner Simulator. This is a game about you doing money laundering. That's it. You're doing it in extremely detailed circumstances. This is the perfect game, or maybe the not so perfect game, for anyone who has OCD. And it does everything it says on the box. And there are going to be a lot of you who will look at this game, play it for 5 seconds, and then never play it again. And there will be a few of you who will be playing this for the next who knows how many days, weeks, or months, cleaning up all that cash and cursing my name for introducing you to the game. But in the wide world of simulator style games, it does something very different. And for that, it gets a very special award. For the Future Award Winner Award, where a game that will most likely win an award when it is released goes to a game that originally I was not allowed to say anything about because it wasn't announced yet. But in the middle of doing the community voting and waiting for setting up the award shows this year, it was formally announced, and it goes to Titanium Court, a strategy roguelike as you move land around in order to guide troops, gain lots of resources, and learn about the strange and magical and somewhat mundane world that you are trapped in. It is a very original game, and everyone who checked this out during the IGF judging had just nothing but praise to say about it. It is a very original title, great use of art and aesthetics, and it just keeps going in terms of unlocking more and more stuff. And the only reason I didn't play more of it was I wanted to wait for it to hit 1.0, and I had a lot of other things to do in 2025. But yeah, when it is released, it is definitely going to be getting a few noms from me, and just a phenomenal game. And with that, the pre-show comes to an end. Let me know what some of your favorite games from 2025 were, and we'll be beginning the show proper starting tomorrow. So be sure to come back as we officially begin award season around here on Game Wisdom. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.